I can't believe I'm doing this. Standing outside his office, my hand hovering over the door handle, every part of me screaming to turn around and run. But I can't. I need this job. I need him to say yes, even though he's the last person on earth I'd ever ask for help. Kim Jae-won. Just thinking his name makes my blood boil. 3 years of working in the same building. 3 years of avoiding him at every company event. 3 years of pretending he doesn't exist. And now I have to walk into his office and beg. I push the door open. He's sitting behind his massive desk, perfectly pressed suit. Hairstyle like he just walked out of a magazine shoot. He doesn't even look up when I enter. Of course he doesn't. Kim Jae-won, youngest executive director in the company's history. Brilliant, ruthless, and completely insufferable. Finally, he glances up. Those dark eyes meet mine, and I see it, the flash of surprise. Then something else, something I can't quite read. His voice is cold, controlled. Lee Suawa, to what do I owe this unexpected pleasure? The sarcasm drips from every word. I force myself to stay calm, to not react. I've practiced this conversation 100 times in my head. I need to talk to you about the Singapore project. He leans back in his chair, studying me. A slight smirk plays at the corner of his mouth. The project that was just assigned to me this morning, that Singapore project. I nod. I want in. The smirk widens. You want in. On my project. It's not your project. It's the company's project. Semantics. He waves his hand dismissively. I'm leading it, which makes it mine. And I don't remember requesting you for my team. This is exactly why I hate him. The arrogance, the condescension. Like he owns everything and everyone. I'm the best project coordinator in this company. I say, keeping my voice steady. You know it. Everyone knows it. The Singapore project is massive. You need someone who can handle the logistics, the timeline, the coordination between departments. I need someone I can work with. You need someone who will get the job done. We stare at each other across the desk. The tension in the room is suffocating. He stands up, walks around the desk, stops just a few feet away from me, too close, invading my space like he always does. Why do you want this so badly? I wasn't expecting that question. Because it's a career-defining project. Because whoever pulls this off will be set for promotion. Because I've worked my ass off for 5 years in this company and I deserve this opportunity. And it has nothing to do with the fact that your department is being restructured, that half your team is being let go next month. How does he know that? My face must give me away because his expression shifts. Something almost like sympathy flickers across his features before disappearing. I make it my business to know everything that happens in this company, he says quietly. Then you know I need this, I whisper. If I don't get on a major project, I'm on the chopping block. He's silent for a long moment, just looking at me, really looking at me. I hate that I had to admit that. Hate that he now knows how desperate I am. Fine, I blink. What? Fine, you're on the team. I should feel relieved, grateful. But something about the way he's looking at me makes my stomach twist. Just like that. Just like that. He walks back to his desk, picks up a file. But understand this, Lee Suawa. On my team, I'm in charge. What I say goes. No arguments, no debates. You do exactly what I tell you to do. When I tell you to do it, the relief evaporates, replaced by anger. I'm not your servant. No. You're my employee on my project. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them. I want to throw something at him. Want to tell him exactly where he can shove his terms, but I can't. I need this job. Fine. Good, we leave for Singapore in 3 days. Pack for 2 weeks. We'll be working on site to finalize the deal. 2 weeks in Singapore with you? Problem. Yes, a massive problem. 2 weeks in a foreign country with Kim Jae-won sounds like actual hell. But I paste on a smile. No problem. Excellent. Meeting tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. sharp. Don't be late. He dismisses me with a wave of his hand. Already looking back at his computer screen, I turn to leave, my hand on the door handle when his voice stops me. Sua. I freeze. He never uses my first name. Never. I look back at him. He's watching me again, that unreadable expression on his face. I'm glad you came to me. Before I can respond, before I can even process what he just said. He's back to his computer, ignoring me completely. I leave his office in a daze. What just happened? My best friend Minji nearly spits out her coffee when I tell her, "You're going to Singapore with Kim Jae-won for 2 weeks." We're sitting in our favorite cafe, the one near the office where we always decompress after particularly stressful days. Don't remind me. Sua, you hate him. You've hated him since the day he joined the company. I don't hate him. She gives me a look. Okay, fine. I strongly dislike him. You called him a pompous, arrogant, self-absorbed corporate robot. I was drunk. You were honest. She leans forward, eyes sparkling with mischief. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be torture. Maybe you'll finally figure out why you react so strongly to him. I react strongly because he's insufferable. Or, she draws out the word, because there's something else there. Something you don't want to admit. Absolutely not. There is nothing else there. Nothing. She just smiles. That knowing smile that makes me want to throw my napkin at her. Whatever you say, Sua, whatever you say. The next morning, I arrive at the conference room at 7:55. 5 minutes early. Kim Jae-won is already there. Of course he is. He's standing at the head of the table, reviewing documents. He looks up when I enter. You're early. I'm punctual. There's a difference. I don't respond. Just take a seat and pull out my laptop. Over the next hour, 3 other team members arrive. All men. All from Jae-won's department. Great. I'm the only woman on the team. Jae-won starts the meeting exactly at 8:01. He's different in work mode. Focused, intense. He outlines the project with precision, assigns tasks with clarity. I hate to admit it, but he's good at this. Really good. When he gets to my role, he barely looks at me. Lee Sua will handle all coordination. Schedules, logistics, communication between teams. She'll be the central point of contact for all project updates. One of the guys, Park something, speaks up. Isn't that a lot for one person? Lee Soo can handle it. She's the best coordinator in the company. I try not to show my surprise. Did Kim Jae-won just compliment me? The meeting continues. We go over timelines, deliverables, expectations. By the time it ends, my head is spinning with information. Everyone files out except Jae-won and me. He's gathering his papers when I speak. Thank you. He looks up, confused. For what? For what you said? About me being the best coordinator. Something flickers across his face. He looks almost uncomfortable. I don't say things I don't mean. I know. That's why it matters. We're standing close again. When did that happen? When did he move closer? His eyes are on mine, dark, intense. You're the best, Sewell. I wouldn't have agreed to this if you weren't. My heart does this weird flutter thing. I ignore it. I won't let you down. I know you won't. The moment stretches, neither of us moving. Neither of us looking away. Then his phone rings, shattering whatever that was. He steps back, answers the call, all business again. I grab my things and leave quickly. What is happening to me? The next 2 days are a blur of preparation. Booking flights, arranging accommodations, coordinating with the Singapore office, preparing documents. I barely sleep, but I'm ready. The morning we leave, I arrive at the airport to find Jae-won already at the gate. He's on his phone, pacing. When he sees me, he ends the call. Ready, ready. The flight is long, 13 hours. I plan to work the entire time. Catch up on emails, review project documents, finalize schedules. The 2 hours into the flight, Jae-won closes his laptop. You should rest. I'm fine. Sua, you've been working non-stop for 3 days. Rest. I said I'm fine. He reaches over and gently closes my laptop. That wasn't a suggestion. I glare at him. You can't order me to sleep. Watch me. But there's no malice in his voice, no condescension. He almost sounds concerned. Fine. 2 hours, then I'm working again. Deal. I recline my seat, close my eyes. I don't expect to actually fall asleep, but I do. When I wake up, there's a blanket over me, one that wasn't there before. I look over at J1. He's working on his laptop, completely focused. Did he put this blanket on me? As if sensing my gaze, he glances over. You were shivering. Oh, thank you. He just nods and goes back to work. I sit there wrapped in the blanket, watching him work. Kim Jae-won, the man I spent 3 years avoiding. The man who drives me crazy with his arrogance and his control issues. The man who just covered me with a blanket because I was cold. Maybe Minju was right. Maybe I don't understand him at all. We land in Singapore late at night. The hotel is beautiful. Luxury accommodations courtesy of the company. Jae-won arranged adjoining rooms. For convenience, he explains at check-in, we'll be working late most nights. Easier to coordinate if we're next to each other. I'm too tired to argue. My room is stunning. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. King-size bed, marble bathroom. I shower, change into comfortable clothes, and collapse on the bed. There's a knock on the adjoining door. I open it to find Jae-won standing there, also changed into casual clothes. Sweatpants and a t-shirt. I've never seen him in anything but suits. He looks different, younger, less intimidating. Hungry, he asks. Starving. Room service. Perfect. We end up eating on the balcony of his room, which has a better view than mine. Singapore at night is breathtaking. Lights everywhere. The city alive and glowing. We eat in comfortable silence for a while. Then Jae-won speaks. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why do you hate me? I nearly choke on my food. I don't hate you. Sua, you've avoided me for 3 years. You leave rooms when I enter. You've never once initiated a conversation with me. If that's not hate, what is it? I set down my fork. Look out at the city instead of at him. You want the truth. Always. You intimidate me. I intimidate you. Yes, you're brilliant. You're successful. You're confident. You walk into rooms and everyone pays attention. You make decisions without second-guessing yourself. You're everything I'm not. That's not true. It is true. And it's easier to avoid you than to constantly feel inadequate. I can't believe I just admitted that. Can't believe I'm being this honest with him. When I finally look at him, his expression is stunned. You think you're inadequate. Sua, you're one of the most competent people I've ever worked with. You're organized, efficient, brilliant at what you do. Do you know how many times I've wanted to poach you from my department? Now it's my turn to be stunned. What? I've tried 3 times to get you transferred to my team. Your director refused every time, said you were too valuable to lose. I had no idea, because I didn't want you to know. I didn't want you to feel pressured. We're looking at each other now. Really looking. I don't intimidate you, he says softly. You intimidate me. That's ridiculous. How could I possibly intimidate you? Because you're real, you're genuine, you don't play corporate games. You don't pretend to be something you're not. Everyone else in that office is trying to impress me or use me or compete with me. But not you. You just avoid me entirely. I thought you were arrogant. I am arrogant, but I'm also lonely. The vulnerability in his voice catches me off guard. Lonely. It's lonely at the top, Sua. Everyone wants something from you. No one just wants to know you. I don't know what to say to that. We sit in silence, the city lights twinkling below us. I'm sorry, I finally whisper, for avoiding you. For judging you without really knowing you. I'm sorry, too. For being cold. For keeping everyone at a distance. He reaches over, takes my hand. His hand is warm, strong. Can we start over? He asks. Start over. Pretend the last 3 years didn't happen. Start fresh. Get to know each other properly. I look down at our joined hands, then back up at his face. There's hope in his eyes. And something else. Something that makes my heart race. I'd like that. He smiles, a real smile. Not the corporate smile I'm used to. This one reaches his eyes. Good. We stay like that for a while, holding hands, looking at the city. And I realize something terrifying. I don't hate Kim Jae-won. I never did. The next morning, everything feels different. We meet for breakfast in the hotel restaurant. He's back in a suit, but he smiles when he sees me. A real smile. Sleep well? Better than expected. Good. We have a long day ahead. The meetings start at 9. We're meeting with the Singapore partners, going over contract details, negotiating terms. Jae-won is in his element, confident, articulate, commanding the room. But now I see it differently. Now I see the preparation behind the confidence. The way he listens carefully before speaking. The respect he shows everyone in the room. During a break, one of the Singapore executives approaches me. "You work well with Director Kim." "Thank you. He's different with you." More relaxed. It's good to see. I don't know how to respond to that. The meetings go well. By the end of the day, we've made significant progress. Back at the hotel, Jae-won suggests dinner. "There's a restaurant I'd been wanting to try, if you're interested." I'm interested. The restaurant is beautiful. Rooftop dining with a view of Marina Bay. We talk over dinner. Really talk. He tells me about growing up with impossible expectations, about the pressure to be perfect, about sacrificing everything for his career. I tell him about my family, about working my way through college, about the fear of never being good enough. We have more in common than I ever imagined. "Can I confess something?" He asks over dessert. "Of course. I've wanted to talk to you for 3 years, but I didn't know how. You seemed so determined to avoid me." I was. Because every time I saw you, I felt this weird flutter in my chest. And I didn't understand it, so I ran from it. Did I just admit that? His eyes widen slightly, a flutter. "Forget I said that. No!" "I don't think I will." He reaches across the table, takes my hand again. "I felt it too, from the first day I saw you. You were in the break room, laughing with your colleagues. Your whole face lit up. And I thought, I want to be the one who makes her laugh like that." My heart is pounding. "Jae-won, I know this is complicated. We work together. We're on the same project, but I can't pretend anymore." "I can't pretend I don't feel this." "Feel what?" He stands up, comes around to my side of the table, pulls me to my feet. We're standing so close, his hands on my arms, his eyes searching mine. "This," he whispers, and then he's kissing me. Soft at first, tentative, asking permission. I answer by kissing him back. The kiss deepens. His arms wrap around me. I melt into him. Everything else fades away. The restaurant, the city, the complications. There's only this moment, only us. When we finally break apart, we're both breathless. "I've wanted to do that for 3 years," he murmurs against my lips. "Me too. I just didn't know it until now." He laughs. That beautiful, genuine laugh. "What are we doing?" I whisper. I don't know. But I don't want to stop. Me neither. He kisses me again. Slower this time. Deeper. And I realize something that should terrify me but doesn't. I'm falling for Kim Jae-won, the man I thought I hated. The man who's been waiting for me all along. We walk back to the hotel hand in hand. In the elevator, he pulls me close, kisses my forehead. "I know this is fast," he says. "I know we should probably slow down. But I don't want to. Neither do I. We'll figure it out. The work stuff. The complications. We'll figure it all out. Together. Together." The elevator reaches our floor. We walk to our rooms. Stop at my door. "Good night, Suoa. Good night, Jae-won." He kisses me one more time. Soft and sweet. Then he goes to his room. I float into mine, my heart soaring. I change for bed, still smiling. My phone buzzes. A text from Jae-won. "I can't stop thinking about you." I text back. "Good. Because I can't stop thinking about you either." This is going to be the longest night of my life. I laugh. Text back a heart emoji. Then I climb into bed, hugging my pillow. Everything has changed. The man I spent 3 years avoiding is now the man I can't imagine being without. How did this happen? I'm drifting off to sleep when my phone buzzes again. Another text from Jaewon. I smile, reaching for my phone. But the smile fades when I read the message. We need to talk tomorrow morning. Before the meetings. It's important. My stomach drops. I text back. Is everything okay? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Finally, his response comes. There's something I need to tell you. Something about why I really brought you on this project. I stare at the phone. What does that mean? I text back. Tell me now. But he doesn't respond. I wait. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20. Nothing. I try calling. It goes straight to voicemail. I get out of bed. Go to the adjoining door. Knock. No answer. Jaewon. Silence. My heart is racing now, not with excitement, with fear. What is he hiding? Why did he really bring me on this project? Was everything tonight a lie? I go back to my bed, but I can't sleep. I just lie there, staring at the ceiling, my mind spinning with questions. The man I thought I was falling for suddenly feels like a stranger again, and I have no idea what tomorrow will bring. Shh. What secret is he keeping? And will it destroy everything before it even begins?